Hi, it's Sean, the Fluency Awesomizer, and here's another video where I'm going to take a few minutes and help you decode big words, to read the big words, and hopefully pass along some spelling tips you can carry around up here and use when you need. Now, I have 3 words that we're going to look at today, so let's get ready to read. I'm about to show you a word, and I want you to read it right out loud to whoever you're there with. What is this word? All right, what's this word? And I gotta warn you, this one's really long. What is this word? Okay, these words are pretty tricky to read. They're very similar. The top word is specially. In the middle is specialty, and down below, specifically. All right, and we're going to compare these words. It's possible you thought or even read specialty or specifically when you went to read the first word, specially. We're going to take a look at those and pass on some spelling tips for you. First, I want to remind you of my favorite fable, The Tortoise and the Hare, and that moral, slow and steady wins the race, which sounds great if you're in some sort of a race, but the real lesson is slow and steady, the life lesson. And in your life, you can take things slow and steady when you read big words like specially, right? I want you to be the tortoise. The tortoise is going to come along to a big word like specially, and just like the fable, it's going to take it slow and steady, and hopefully read specially, because he's going to be very responsible. The problem is too many people are like the hare. A lot of readers are like the hare. They just want to get to the finish line first, and they zip through words like specially. And that's where mistakes can be made. So before we compare the words, which reader are you, the tortoise or the hare? Go. Yes, the hare is going to finish first, but the hare is going to make more mistakes. And when you make mistakes when you read, you don't understand what you read. So be the tortoise. All right. With that in mind, let's look at the comparison between specially and a word you might mistake it for, specialty. They're almost the same word. They both have the root word special. Now that's a special word, special. We're going to look at that for just a second here. What is the deal with the word special? Listen to it, special. Have you ever spelled special like this? I'm guessing you have, because it has an SH sound in the middle, special. Well, that SH is made by a C in special. In fact, the rest of special, the easy part is the SPE, but that CIAL, you're just going to have to remember that when you're spelling, but certainly when you read the word special. Right? They introduced that word pretty early, but what is the deal with the CIAL? Well, special is an old Latin word. It comes from specialis. Specialis. Now listen to the C in that word. Specialis. It's a ch-ch-ch sound. And over time, specialis became a French word spécial, spécial, and that's an S sound that C makes. And now we have it in English, special. Now, back to the comparison. Both words also end with a Y, specially with the suffix ly. Specialty is another suffix, ty. That's the big difference, that T, all right? So what's the deal with that? Let's look at the confusion. How would a reader confuse specially with specialty? It's very easy. Specially has that root word, special, and the ly ending. So if the hare comes along and tries to read specially but is in a really big rush, go. Yoink, there's the mistake you can make. It's very easy and very common, especially towards the end of a long word, to add a letter that isn't there. And in this case, you added a T to turn specially into specialty. And if you think about the fable, Tortoise and the hare took a rest in that race, probably because he was overconfident. But if you think about it, most people who run a race are going to be tired by the end. Even horses get tired by the end. And just like running a race, you can get tired before you reach the end of a long word, and your brain can put a letter there that isn't there. So that's an animation of how specialty turns into specialty. Pay attention to the end of the word. That's what the tortoise would do, because he's going to read it slow and steady, right? All right, specially can also turn into the word specifically. All right, I'm going to show you that again. When you mark it, set, go. Yoink. Because it's very easy to also add an entire syllable into a word. In this case, that FIC, thick, specifically, and that's an illustration of how Specially can turn into specifically. It's a mistake your brain makes if you're in a rush and you don't pay attention to what you're reading. All right, I've seen this mistake before, so I wanted to illustrate it for you too. All right, a quick look at the syllables of these words. I know I've color-coded them, but specially is a 3-syllable word with the accent on the first syllable. That's the red syllable, specially. Specialty is another 3-syllable word. We've gone over those words, I think. Now, specifically is a 5-syllable word. Very difficult to spell, especially because most people pronounce it specifically. Sounds like a 4-syllable word. So get a look at it. It's A-L-L-Y at the end. All right, that's going to do it for today. Well, it's not going to do it. I have one more thing left in this video. I want you to get ready to read a passage I wrote where you're going to practice some of these patterns that we just went over. All right, I'm about to show it to you, and just like the tortoise and the hare, I want you to think of it as a race, and I want you to take this race slow and steady. When I show it to you in just a moment, I want you to hit pause to give yourself plenty of time to read it, okay? And the challenge is I want you to read it out loud from the beginning to the end the best you can, all right? On your mark, get set, read, hit pause. All right, that's going to do it for today's video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Fluency Awesomizer, where all of these videos are stored. There's over 70 of them at this right now. And your mom or your dad can follow me on Facebook at The Fluency Awesomizer, where in my photos I have lots and lots, over 200 reading exercises just like this and just like the one you just read that are designed to awesomize your fluency. Okay, now that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you back here soon at the Fluency Awesomizer. All right, bye.